First time I heard about the Ventic cap, I think it was about 2013. I didn't think that it would affect us. To be perfectly honest with you, it was quite difficult to understand, and because it was a PSL, which is a temporary housing accommodation, the rent when I first moved in there was £330 a week, and when the benefit cap came in, because my benefits was capped, they capped my rent and I had to pay £117 a week out of my benefits, which I obviously couldn't do. And I've been in debt ever since. I was in front with my rent, when the only ridiculous amount, like maybe £60, but being in front of anything is good. Being behind is stressful. The benefit cap come in, and within 3 weeks, because it was like £117 or something they wanted me to pay, I was nearly falling around £400 in arrears. Now you work that out. Work it out over a year, work it out over 2 years, work it out over 5 years. And that's the kind of money I owe. I'm in thousands of pounds worth of debt. We lost our home. We was put in one room for months, then we was transferred to another temporary housing place via the council. The temporary accommodation was meant to be temporary. We've been there 8.5 years. Because I was on my own, been on my own for years with my 3 kids, I was getting, it started off at income support, and then child benefit and child tax credit. That's what I was getting, and after a while I came off of income support because I find it very difficult to cope, and I was put on employment support allowance. To be honest with you, I'm not proud of it. I couldn't cope very well, didn't cope very well at all, due to debts pushing me over the edge. If, say, I got sectioned once because of it, been on antidepressants for years because of it, and I was offered no support whatsoever. I didn't know where to turn, and to be perfectly honest with you, like you phone up the housing or you phone up that, they're just doing their jobs. No one was interested. No one was interested in, to be honest with you, explaining or even like sitting me down and saying, look, this is what you've got to do. Maybe work 16 hours and do this. No one gave me any advice. It was just like, just bill, debt, bailiff at the door. And even when you, like, I phoned up the council and everything saying, like, got this, got that, woo. Basically the attitude was, pay your bills. I don't earn enough money to cover my rent. I don't earn enough money to cover my council tax. I earn enough money to pay a little bit of my rent, a little bit on the council tax, and if it's not good enough for them, then there's nothing more I can do. Like I said, I was on the ESA. I couldn't work. I really couldn't. And so it was just a case of, do I feed the kids, do I pay the bills? I chose to feed my children and just got in more and more debt. I decided myself that last year I'm not going to be on ESA no more. They asked me to go down there and do another medical, and I thought, for my own sanity, I need to go to work. I need to go to work. I tried to do it once before when I was on ESA. I come off, and I went and signed on job seekers allowance, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't work. My benefits would have stopped. My rent would have been then entirely on me. £330 a week then. So I couldn't do it, so they put me back on ESA. But then, obviously another medical, you have them every year. I was like, it's enough, I'm going to work, I don't care, let the chips fall where they fall. If I don't go work, I'm just not going to cope anymore at all. I was indoors, didn't go nowhere, didn't do nothing, didn't see anybody, obviously my children, yeah. So I just bit the bullet, went and signed on job seekers allowance, went and signed up at an agency, an employment agency, and 2 weeks later I got a job. And I was actually told by someone, like, you're crazy, you can't afford to work and pay all this rent, you just, and I've got in even more debt. But I'm not giving up my work. It has made me a better person around my children and a better person mentally, and I'm not giving it up. I actually feel like I'm giving back something to society instead of taking off. So now I'm working and I'm not stopping. No matter what happens, I'm not stopping. Considering what my kids have been through, because it's not been easy for them at all, because my relationship was very, very bad, but we're not even in that. So they saw a lot. I'm so proud of them, so proud of my children. The difficult part for me was school trips for the kids. When, just an example, they was going skiing for the school, and then my son wanted to go to Germany with the school, but you have to pay. Only a certain amount, because you're on benefits, you still, and I just couldn't do it. And that, to me, was kind of soul destroying, that I couldn't do that for them. But they do understand now, they're older. I don't know anybody, nobody, that's been helped by the benefit cap. If anything, it's destroyed people. It really, really has.